It's the 2 Minute Hats podcast. Let's talk about it every morning at 8:30 a.m. And also on Wednesday, it's the midweek service at 6:30 p.m. You can also join our Facebook group on Facebook Podcast with the most. We got Tony Mays and Lavelle Salter. It's the 2 Minute Hats podcast. Let's talk about it.
What it do, my good people. Good morning, top of the morning to you. Happy, beautiful Friday. Normally this would be Freestyle Friday, but of course we have a topic that we're discussing from yesterday. So we're going to continue with that topic. And then if there is some room, good morning, Pops. If there is some room for Freestyle Friday, we'll go that way. How about that? What is your host with the most? Tony Mays, Lavelle Salter. What it do, my guy?
You got it, man. Good morning.
Man, you sound like you got a frog in your throat.
Man, I don't know what's going on with this audio.
It sounds like you got too much bass in your throat, boy.
Let me see something real quick.
You got that Barry White voice. Oh, you keep telling me this, telling me that. So anyway, we're gonna jump right on into the topic this morning, man. We have part two. Yeah, well, I mean it's still kind of ringing back, but
I don't know.
Yeah, that's cool right there. Let's keep it right there. Whatever you just did. Yeah. So the topic yesterday was, how do people navigate through toxic relationships? What are some coping mechanisms and escape strategies? So, it seems like kind of, the conversations that we've had the last few weeks have all derived from, or not all, but a lot of them have derived from just being in toxic relationships. Or having a level of toxicity to it that warrants us to kind of talk about toxic relationships. And so we as we talked about yesterday and discovered that some people they live for toxicity. I mean, if they mate is not toxic, then they don't want them. We talked about the relationship that I was telling you guys about the couple that had been together off and on for about 8 years and had, I guess, got back together, and the woman was pregnant, knew she was pregnant from somebody else, and got back together with the dude, and he found out about it. And she told him, "You still gonna take care of it."
Damn.
And they was going back and forth arguing. He was like, "Nah, you're gonna get out of my house." They were going back and forth, and this older woman came in and said, "Look, I'm sick of y'all. Y'all been doing this off and on. See, you 1 minute together. What that's toxicity. That's when you love. You got to love that mess. If you keep going back to it, you got to like it. But then there are those people who are in toxic relationships that didn't necessarily ask for the toxic relationship, didn't really see the red flags. Maybe they were so infatuated with love that they didn't see the red flags. They didn't want to see the red flags, and then they got, they basically looking through a window, smiling but screaming on their voice, "Help me, help me." So those are kind of the relationships that I'm kind of talking about today. In terms of how do we navigate through them, what are some coping mechanisms and escape strategies if we're in a toxic relationship where we know that the relationship is toxic and we want to kind of move past or move on from it, or just you know, we may realize that it may not be to the level of abuse, physical, mental, or verbal abuse, but or it may be just at the level of, I mean, kind of like a verbal abuse where y'all just kind of cussing each other out, arguing all the time or whatever. And you're saying, but this mate is potentially a very great person. They just, you know, we just toxic together. And then there are some things that we could do, you know, as I alluded to yesterday. So let me just kind of run back through some of the ones that I talked about yesterday. Recognizing the signs, identifying behaviors and that are toxic, and understand the impact they have on your well-being. I think, you know, we just can't be so blinded in a relationship where we just really don't see the red flags. We just ignore them because maybe we've been in a relationship in the past and there were maybe some of the same kind of signs, but that person wasn't as toxic, or maybe not, you know, just gave you some false readings or whatever. I don't know, false flags. So but we cannot just wave off behaviors and signs or red flags that indicate that there is some toxicity or a level of toxicity that could affect our well-being. So we have to recognize the signs, identify the behaviors that are toxic, and understand how they impact our well-being. And then you got to set some boundaries, man. Set some clear boundaries. Communicate your needs and expectations, and enforce limits on unacceptable behavior. So when you go into a relationship, good morning, Azon. Good morning, Rodney. Barry, Pops. Good morning. That was my biggest mistake back then. Yeah, you have to recognize those signs, but you have to set some clear boundaries and expectations as to what is unacceptable behavior for you. You know, because for some people, some behaviors, they don't see it as unacceptable. They be like, it's cool. That's just the way they are. No, we got to keep saying that. I mean, quit saying that, bro. It's not. Yeah. We got to quit saying that it's you know, that's normal behavior. Normal behavior for who?
Right.
It's normal behavior for who? You know, we got to quit saying that. So we have to set some clear boundaries and communicate needs and expectations clearly, and enforce limits on, again, unacceptable behavior. And then this one right here I really like, man. We got to prioritize self-care.
Oh yeah, that's good right there.
If you don't care about yourself or prioritize how you care for yourself, yeah, how you gonna even be in a position to care for somebody else?
You can't.
If you don't love and care for yourself, I don't even see any way possible for you to be able to nurture, care, or provide any kind of care for anybody else.
Well, I think it's a major piece of it right there, bro. And it seems like it'd be more so like with the women when they be in a relationship, and it be like that is, and I think somebody alluded to it yesterday. You said maybe, may not. It'd be like that low self-esteem thing to the point where they neglect themselves in these situations, and that's the detriment when you think about it, because you would be drowning and the other person just constantly going on with life.
Right.
And, you're neglecting yourself.
Right. You gotta prioritize self-care, bro. Focus on your physical and emotional well-being through healthy habits like exercise, good nutrition, and relaxation techniques. One of my things is, and you know, I think people celebrate or have or you know, operate in self-care differently. My self-care may not be the same as yours, and when I think of a lot of people think of self-care as just your regular grooming up. Yeah, I think that's a part of it, because if you don't care about the way you look and the way you smell, or, I think that is a big, huge part of it. But I think there are other ways that people celebrate or identify with self-care as well. So for me, I have to digress and pull back from business, from other people. I have to just go, like, when I'm in vacation mode. That's why I tell, like, my focus be off, bro, because all I'm focused on is getting to my destination, relaxing, chilling, hanging out with my family and friends or whoever I'm with, and just having a good time. So that's part of my self-care package is traveling and enjoying life.
Yeah.
Bear said, first thing to recognize is that you cannot change another person in their behavior. You cannot survive any relationships when there is an environment of constant chaos. That's time to leave that relationship and take care of yourself.
Yeah, you got to control your own chaos, but a lot of time we create our own chaos, and that's why we be in chaos.
Yeah. And not only that, I was going to say too, because he mentioned that you can't change another person in their behavior, but just like it says here, I can set some clear boundaries and what is unacceptable, and limits on what is and limits on what is acceptable behavior or unacceptable behavior for me.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I can't necessarily control you or control your behavior, but I can suggest to you, or at least set expectations and limits on what is acceptable for me, what you can do and what you can't do. And then if you can't handle that, then I'm with you on that part. It's time to leave that relationship.
Right.
You got to get on down.
I think sometimes too it's easier said than done, because it only takes 30 days to create a habit. If you've been with that person, I say, over 5 years,
right?
And a lot of people say, well, go ahead and leave. Yeah, that sounds simple, but you've been, I don't want to say stuck, but you've been with this person for a certain amount of time. There is some love there, and you're trying to escape, being in this toxic relationship. But I don't think it's just that simple.
And not only that, because I think if you see signs really, really early on, like a month, you just start dating a month or 2 months. Oh, I think most people get on down if they have that opportunity to get on down, unless somebody hold them hostage.
Yeah,
it's generally a lot of times a person, they may show you little small things that you might be like, well, that's odd, but you don't really see till you deep into the relationship. Maybe they had a baby, or y'all had a baby to get to that person really shoot off. You be like, oh, this motherfucker crazy. But like you said, you invested, you got babies, you got time, and then you looking like, okay, I didn't plan for this, but now I gotta try to plan to get out of it, which almost gets me down to where I'm at. But so you gotta, that's when you start to talk to trusted people that you trust. You have to start to talk to people, confide in close friends and family members who can offer support and a perspective that can help you potentially get out of the situation you're in. Azon says, I had to sit myself down and be normal, like watch TV or a movie. That's his self-care. So yeah. He said, y'all hitting the nail on the head this morning. We appreciate it, brother. Then you got to seek some professional help, whether it be a counselor, police, somebody to kind of help, navigate you through this, especially if it's one of those situations of detriment where your life is being threatened. You got to seek some professional help and try to get out of that. But this is the part that I like, when you in those type of toxic relationships where it has become like physically harmful to your well-being. You have to develop a safety plan and an exit strategy. If the relationship involves abuse, create a plan for leaving safely, including securing important documents and identifying a safe place to stay. So you can't just, I'm leaving this dude, I'm gone. Unless, again, you have, because everybody does not have a support system. We talked about that yesterday. Some people have family members that they can go live with, they got the crazy brother that I wish he would pull up over here. I'm gonna, or the dad that said, "Oh, I got you, baby girl. He ain't gonna come around here with, whatever." Everybody don't have that type of support system. So then, depending on who you messing with, that don't really matter. He'll come kill you and your family, or she.
Sure will. Yep.
Set your household fire with you in it and them in it.
Yep.
Because people crazy like that. So that's why it said, that's why I like it said develop a safety plan to an exit strategy. That you create a plan for leaving safely. And this is some things that people never secure, especially if you've been with a person a long time and you got documents in the house, you got, I don't know, marriage certificate, birth certificates and stuff, just stuff that you got in the house, the title to your car, stuff like this, stuff that you got in the file. You got to figure out a way how to get that stuff, put that stuff in a place where when I'm going in my go bag, hey, at least I got my document, because you don't want to have to go back to get nothing.
Yeah.
So you have to plan all of this out, especially again, if you don't have that support system. You got to figure out where I'm gonna stay, where is gonna be a safe place for me to stay. How can I get out of here safely without this person recognizing, he or she recognizing that I'm leaving? I've seen people say, I just left, especially women, I left everything. I ain't care about none of that stuff. I left my purse, my ID, I just left. I know a woman like that, where she kind of took like her little personal stuff. And she took a few clothes, but everything else, she said, I ain't caring about none of that stuff. I just wanted to get out.
Yeah, too, but it kind of remind me of, I can't remember which one of those Tyler Perry movies it is. And the mother wanted the daughter to stay with this particular individual because of their status. And I think she was trying to live her life through her daughter. And you have a lot of that goes on where the family members, I think we alluded to that yesterday, depending on what type of connection they have with that individual, they give the harmful explanation as to why that person should stay with that person. And I think that's very detrimental.
Well, I think sometimes that happens if that person has money, if he or she has money, and they trying to keep them, because maybe that person is taking care of them too.
Yeah.
And that's more of a selfish reason you're asking them to stay. You need to stay there. That man taking care of you. Yeah, but he also taking care of you too. So that's what you're concerned about. And, but you ain't got to leave.
But he beat my ass at night.
Yeah, he died my eye. Nah. So, and then you have those people who are naive, which I think is what Monica was speaking to yesterday when she was talking about that movie. Whereas you have people that just see y'all or see this person and see y'all at family events or whatever, and see this and this person is super nice to everybody, and they was like, oh, you just got a good man, don't you ever leave him. But they don't really know the story because you ain't shared with them. They don't know the story.
That's part of their routine though. They're not artistic like that. They literally that's plotted and planned. It ain't one of them things where you just think that person nice. Now they when they get home, they turn it. They got a whole other mask on.
After Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yeah.
It's like they get home and turn into somebody else. So we definitely have to make sure that we're being careful in how we develop a safety plan or exit strategy for leaving. And then you got to consider legal options. If necessary, explore legal avenues to protect yourself from further harm. So once you do get away, go down to the jail and put out if he's been, if he's beat you, put a warrant out or put a order of protection against him. restraining orders. That way, if that person comes within so many feet of you, you call the police and they lock him up, or her up. So that's the things we got to do to protect ourselves.
It's interesting you brought that up, bro. I've seen a lot of opportunities, not just here recently, but I've seen it where the law has failed a lot of these individuals pertaining to some of these protection orders and things like that, where they're not correct for doing their job. You know what I'm saying? I wonder where that comes from.
Well, I think a lot of it, and I don't know if a lot of, but some of it may come from the fact that you get out of a situation. We talked about this. It's like I was talking about the couple that's been in and off and on for 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
You like a level of that toxicity, even though y'all fighting like dogs when y'all get together and y'all calling the police. Then you go put a protection order, but then you right back with her or with him. So I think in that case, it's a situation where people it's like wolf crying wolf, but you keep running back to that same situation. You see what I'm saying? So I think that's kind of where some of it may slip through the crack. I ain't gonna say all of it, but some of it may slip to the crack in that situation. Hey, good morning, Mayor. Some of it may slip through the crack in that particular situation. Azon said, I've tried to put a restraining order out and they laughed at me for real. Yeah, that right there, that ain't cool at all.
No, sir.
That ain't cool on no level. I don't care if they saying you a male trying to put one out on a female. Who cares? They don't. Sometimes they look at, oh man, you scared of a little female. It ain't even that. I'm scared that I don't want to hurt her. You know what I'm saying? It might not be she gonna hurt me. I don't want to hurt her. She said there's an echo feedback coming from the vet. I don't hear it in my ear. I don't hear the feedback.
I don't try to fix it several times.
Well, in this county yesterday, he said I was echoing right before we got on. That's why we was about 5 minutes late getting on, because he said I was echoing, but when we got on live, there was no feedback or echo. So we don't know. I don't hear the echo from him or the feedback.
I don't turn stuff down.
Yeah, I don't hear it. But anyway, but these are some important things to remember. We coming around the corner now. These are some important things to remember when you're in a toxic relationship. But they didn't understand that. Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Hey, I understood right what you were saying. They were laughing. You probably saying you scared of a woman. No, I'm scared of what I'm gonna do to this woman if she come around me. Yeah. Then y'all gonna be wanting to lock me up because I didn't kill her, whatever. Anyway. But these are some important things to remember when you're in a toxic relationship or trying to get out of a toxic relationship. Don't blame yourself. Number one. Do not blame yourself if the other individual is the toxic person. Toxic relationships are not your fault, and you are not responsible for changing the other person's behavior. Pops just said it. You ain't responsible for changing another person's behavior. Be prepared for challenges. Leaving a toxic relationship can be difficult. Lavelle said that yesterday. And there might be attempts to manipulate you back in. Boy, that's deep.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, boy, I'm preaching way better. Y'all, amen, as the preacher would say. That right there. Be prepared for challenges. Leaving a toxic relationship can be very difficult. Mm-hmm. And there might be attempts to manipulate you back in. All right. Focus on your well-being. Your priority should be to prioritize your own emotional and physical health. And that's it. Focus on your well-being. Your priority should be to prioritize your own emotional and physical health. So this is how you develop coping mechanisms and exit strategies to try to help you navigate through a a toxic relationship. So I don't even know why people want to stay in top. Well, I guess I do. Well, I don't know personally why, but again, some people just love. I mean, if it can, you mentioned yesterday, Lavelle, and I think that was a great question that you asked. You asked, well, is a toxic relationship or a person that's toxic? Does that come from maybe their upbringing, them coming up watching toxic behaviors in their household? If there's a toxic relationship going on or went on when they come up, they saw their mom and dad arguing all the time, fighting, and then that rolled over into their life, right? Does that mean that that's who they are, or that's just what they saw and they don't know how to navigate or work around? They don't know how to secure the help that they need to understand why it is that they portray or put out this toxic behavior. If you leave that relationship, you have the discipline within yourself to stay gone.
Yeah, but you said that. You said about them going back and forth.
You supposed to. You should have some discipline. You should be having some self-discipline to be able to stop yourself from doing. But think about this. Think about an addiction. When you're addicted to something, your will, you fight it, try to fight it with your willpower, but that thing just, what do it draw you on back in? It's just like somebody on crack. They might go through the rehab and it just draw me on back in, calm back. And it's the same with relationships. Some people are addicted to certain people. They're addicted and they come out of these relationships and that person, we just talked about it, manipulates them right back to over there where they are. You know I love you. I wouldn't do nothing to hurt you. I'm doing everything for you. And I go right back. He manipulates me right back. And I'm addicted to him anyway. I saw y'all, don't y'all laugh at me. Y'all really should be laughing at Monica, because Monica won't be watching this stuff and I just be catching it. She was watching In the Heat of the Night. And it was a young lady on there that was sleeping with this guy. This guy who was like, he was like a real estate broker or whatever, but he had got AIDS. This lady gave him AIDS. And so his goal was to give it to everybody who had him, because he said his life was short-lived, so he was going to give it to everybody else. He was just sleeping with women. And so the young girl found out she was HIV positive. And so she broke in his house, stole his medicine, his medicine, and, trying to figure out, how she could try to help herself. And then she went to the doctor. They said, like, all that we can do is try to give you medicine. It's still there, ain't going nowhere. And so she was mad at him. She really but she never threatened him and told him that she was gonna kill him or nothing like that. She basically said to him, "You have killed me. You didn't kill me." Right? The thing was, when somebody actually, this dude caught him sleeping with his wife, but he didn't bust in on him or nothing. So now he done gave it to this man's wife, who's probably been sleeping with him, and gave it to him. So anyway, the man kills this guy. But they thought she did it because they had been talking to her and she had went to them. So they thought she had killed. But anyway, she was visibly upset that he was dead. They was like, but this man gave you AIDS. She said, but I loved him. That's an addiction, bro. This man that gave you HIV. And you said, but I loved him. I was in love with him. So I hear you saying you should have the discipline not to go back, but some people just don't. They don't have it. Monica said people know how to manipulate, especially if the weaker of the two experience past traumas, but no one deserves to be abused, whether physically, mental, or verbal. True. Yeah, you're right about that, but you still put yourself right back into the chaos. So until you rock bottom, you can't help yourself. Yeah. That's just that's the way the ball bounces. You can go and admit to these folks, like in the heat of the night, sir. You like it. Nah, I just watch it because you be in there watching it. Just like the other day, she didn't end up watching the Golden Girls. Don't act like you weren't watching the Golden Girls. In there watching. She loved it in the heat of the night though. She just can't believe Chief got that black woman. How did he get this black woman? she can't believe it. Oh my God. So yeah. All right, we at the top of the hour, so y'all know what time it is, baby. It's time to clock that T with our girl Queen Walking. So without further ado, let's clock it.
Y'all know what time it is. Do it with me. If you don't do it with me, hell, just do it with me. It's time to clock that T with your girl Queen Watkins. I hope y'all are having an amazing morning. But y'all, it's time to get into this tea. Okay, I know we are familiar with Elon Musk, the millionaire, right? His biographer said how he think he going crazy. Okay, let me read y'all a post from Steph Abramson that he said about Mr. Musk. He said, I legitimately believe Elon Musk may be going mad. I'm a Musk biographer who has been tracking his online behavior for the last 2 years. And given that he's admitted to all of mental illness, heavy drug use, and crippling stress, it is now reasonable to fear he is deeply unwell. Y'all, this is, to me, seem like one of Trump's best freaking friends. Like, not literally, y'all, I'm just talking at me, but y'all, they close. It seemed like a lot of Trump's decisions, oh boy, might be in his ear a little bit. So Trump is making wild threats to take Panama Canal and Greenland by force. By force, y'all. So they're saying, because this man going wild is actually going viral right now. They're saying that it is bad, not only just for us, just around the globe, period. If old boy can get some of the things that he's asking for, right? So they're also declaring war, of course, on Panama and Denmark. One reason he might be doing this is because the U.S. had control over the canal in Greenland. It will help Elon Musk businesses. So if Trump do this millionaire, y'all know Trump got a business mind. All he be thinking about is money anyway. So if he do declare war, y'all, it's gonna help Elon Musk and all his little businesses to go up. So what they mean? He gonna get some money, y'all, and Trump gonna get it as well. He's also known to be a security risk. Allegedly, no one is trying to stop him because of the golden rule. He got all the gold so he can make the rules. Yeah. But I'm with Tony. When we moving out the country? Because y'all, what? The attorney is saying this. He's been watching this man for this long and stating that mentally he is not there. Y'all got a felon, or whatever shit, a felon that's about to become the president in a few days. Right? And now y'all got a business partner that's going through some things. Now, everybody goes through some things. No judgment there. But if you know you're going through something, you probably need to step down from such a big decision. You probably need to step down, get yourself together, and then return. But y'all, come on now. two of the most richest men in the world, and they are known now to be bad for the damn globe. Y'all, what's up, 2025? That's all the tea that I have today. Y'all make sure y'all tune in to 2 Million Enhanced Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. sharp. And don't forget about midweek service on Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Baby, if you're missing it, you missing out. Period. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye.
Man, so look, I just heard this Joe Biden speech, this warning that he issued yesterday. So I'm finna play this because it kind of aligns with what she's saying. And if you think about this, it kind of makes sense. So let me share this because it's ironic that she just brought this up. This is really ironic, but y'all can see that, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a dangerous concentration of power in the hands of a very few ultra-wealthy people. The dangerous consequences if their abuse of power is left unchecked. Today, an oligarchy is taking shape in America of extreme wealth, power, and influence that literally threatens our entire democracy, our basic rights and freedoms, and a fair shot for everyone to get ahead. We see the consequences all across America, and we've seen it before, more than a century ago. But the American people stood up to the robber barons back then and busted the trusts. They didn't punish the wealthy, just made the wealthy play by the rules everybody else had to. People should be able to make as much as they can, but play by the same rules, pay their fair share of taxes.
And there was a word that was used in this whole thing, and the word was oligarchy. OLIGARCHY. You know what that? Y'all know what that means?
Hell no.
OLIGARCHY. It's from a Greek word, but it means that you are ruled by few. So it's a form of government in which power rests with a small number of people. The wealthy people, the Elon Musk, the Bezos, and the Donald Trumps. Look at Elon Musk, what he's doing. Look at what she just talked about it, what Donald Trump is doing, what Jeff Bezos is doing, and they controlling everything, bro. And he just sent out a warning. It's like, be careful. We're facing some stuff now. Do I agree with everything that Joe Biden has said or done? Not hell no. But I think there was a lot of truth in what he just said there because it's been happening. And it's more prominent now. In a minute, man, they're trying to mess with certain amended rights of women, so women can't vote, take the voting away from women again. I mean, they messing with everything, bro. They are. It's gonna be, the U.S. is gonna be controlled by 3 or 4 folks. They gonna run the show.
Mm-mm.
What Queen to my, I'm getting with Tony, I'm moving out the country. Avon said I'm moving to Mars. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been saying it. Well, hell, he on his way out the door. I mean, he still could be like, don't be surprised if right when Trump take office that Joe Biden have a heart attack or something, supposedly. I'm just, That is what started my boxing career. I had to go to the gym in Memphis to work my stress off. It was hell on my opponents. I was 35-3 as an amateur, 3-time city Southeastern AAU champ and the Mid-South champ. LOL, great morning, fellas. I guess he was talking about the toxic relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. So y'all be seeing me sending you all these beautiful places across the world and other places that you could go and live for reasonable and get your. Hey man, I'm trying to just help y'all out. I'm trying to put something on your mind. I mean, in the end, people gonna do what they're gonna do anyway. You know, people gonna stay. I got money and the power tattoo. I'm about to get it covered up tomorrow. I see what money do. Yeah, bro. And it's not the money itself, it's the love of money. Like people would do anything for money. I've seen people oust their own family, kill their own family members, do just for money. People fall out with their family. All y'all got to do is look at when somebody die. And if that person had any little something, whole family and fell out.
Yep.
Y'all know there's a secret group above the presidents that called. Come on, bro.
Yeah. That's old ancient news, Doc. Been there, done that.
Come on, bro. We well aware of all this.
Real, Doc.
It's just that group now is getting even more powerful. When they make movies about stuff like this, right? When they make movies about stuff like this, man, people be looking at, oh, it's just a movie. Man, you think somebody just drummed that up out the blue, bro? This is what. Man, it's crazy, bro. That's all I'm saying. I ain't no conspiracy theories or none of that, but it's just certain stuff I just believe. And when it comes to stuff like this, bro, I'm trying to look out for me and my family, bro. I tell my family, like right now, some pop off, head straight here. Come straight here. Bring whatever food you can carry, all your guns, your ammo, any electrical device that you can carry that's battery operated, bring it. We finna set up shop, bro. I'm gonna have everybody. You be on that wing of the house, you be on that wing, you be on there, you be over there. They're gonna have to blow me off this little spot. Drop a bomb on me if I'm still in here. Yeah. Yeah, bro. Okay. Anywho. Yeah. So
what
maybe
queen is today?
I don't know. I thought I saw it on here, but maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm confusing it with the
clock that T.
Clock that T. Yeah. Okay. All right, y'all. This is Freestyle Friday, man. We appreciate y'all tuning in. She always give us some good stuff, bro.
She do.
She always just today. It's like lately the stuff that she's been giving us been kind of aligned with other videos and stuff that I've been sending you or I've been sending her, and it just kind of aligned with some of the stuff that's going on. So, or our topics. Sometimes it aligns with our topics.
Right.
Yeah. So, anywho, we got to get out of here, man. I appreciate you guys tuning in. You guys have a beautiful. Be in prayer for the Hardaway family. Again, another cousin just passed. I talked about Sylvia's husband, Jonathan Richmond, that passed, and they're having his services tomorrow. But Sylvia's brother just passed yesterday. So, yeah. So just be in prayer for the Hardaway family. you know. All right, man. Again, thank y'all again for tuning in. We appreciate as always you guys engaging with us. Lavelle, go on, pray us out, brother. I'll let you give your closing remarks.
I don't think I had no remarks today.
What? No closing remarks?
No, y'all have a great weekend and be safe out here in these Memphis streets, as we say.
In these streets.
Mm-hmm.
Man, shout out to Glorilla, man. Glorilla popping up everywhere, man. All my social media times, she popping up. Shout out to Glorilla and shout out to Kaya. Cooking with Kaya.
Man, I'm tripping out these videos these ladies making. I think they're doing it just to get views and stuff, but
yeah.
The husband don't supposed to be cooking with Kaya.
Yeah, but it's all cat, man. I was going, the algorithm going crazy with Kaya right now, bro.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah. Don't forget, guys, we got to start getting our meetings together in our for our meet and greet. I guess it will be one of our closing remarks. We created the group. I got any thoughts and processes.
Yeah, I'm gonna put something in there about maybe trying if we can get together Sunday evening sometime, maybe after everybody out of church, kind of.
Okay.
We can get together because we can do we can do a little Zoom or whatever, a little Teams, whatever. Get on there if we can't meet in person, and talk about it.
Right.
Yeah. Also, my shout out to Greg Price, man. Greg Price, in the GP Foundation, Greg Kim Price Foundation, man. They every year they do the Easter egg drive or whatever they call it, where they give, and so 2 Men in Hats, man. We're partnering with them this year, and we're gonna try to get as many. The eggs that Greg normally does is the eggs with the little candy in them, candy or the treats or gifts or whatever you put in them. And so Monica and I did a few dozen of those last year, and so he reached out to me and he said, "I know you said you wanted to give," and I said, "Man, I want to do it, with the 2 Men in Hats community, man." So we've committed to Greg to partner with him this year. So we want to get as many, man. We want to be able to give these little eggs out to many kids as possible. The flyer gonna be coming soon. We'll post a flyer, but we always try to bring some away for us to give back. And you guys have stated to us that you want to be a part of the giving and help us give back. And so, we're gonna keep putting it out there.
Right.
All right. That's all I have, bro. Pray us out.
All right. Let us pray. Most gracious, eternal God, our Father, Lord God, we thank you for waking us this morning and starting us on our way. Thank you for life and life more abundantly. Continue to bless our efforts. Continue to bless Tony's family, my family, Queen family, and every family that is assembled with us. Continue to touch us through this weekend. And we ask you to in the Son of Jesus' name. And we said amen.
Amen. We'll see y'all Monday morning, man. Same bad time.
Same bad place.
2 Men in Hats. Let's talk about it.
It's the 2 Minute Hats podcast. Let's talk about it every morning at 8:30 a.m. and also on Wednesday it's the midweek service at 6:30 p.m. You can also join our Facebook group on Facebook podcast with the most. We got Tony Mays and Lavelle Salter. It's the 2 Minute Hats podcast. Let's talk about it.